Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and I have been doing a series of morning musings based on my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort. And so I've been reading these blog posts and commenting on them if they were out of date. Well, I found one here that's hilarious on one hand because it's very out of date. It reflects to 2012, which I had completely forgotten about. And then it talks about something that I think is very apropos, which is the 100th Monkey Syndrome. So there's a lot of speculation about what's going to happen in the next few years, and many are founded on the Mayan calendar. I feel like I have to read this in past tense. There was a lot of speculation about what was going to happen in those years. There still is a lot of speculation about what's going to come up. Um, Back then, it was founded on the Mayan calendar that time was going to end in 2012, and people were running around feeling like the apocalypse is coming, and that only the spiritually enlightened will survive. And several times I've heard people say, not everyone will make it. And I'll have to say, the same thing comes up over and over again with like, not everyone is going to make it as we shift to 5D. Even Eckhart Tolle seems to have jumped on the doom and gloom wagon. And please note that I said seems. In his most recent book, A New Earth, he says, humanity is faced with a stark choice, evolve or die. Well, I don't believe that's true. I believe that we are continually experiencing a mass consciousness shift and that time as a concept or experience will end, but no one's going to die and everyone will evolve. And we're a decade plus beyond 2012. And what I am noticing is that we are evolving to a new awareness and a new sense of experiencing physical reality. We are gradually shifting to what could be described as 5D, kind of like the difference between 3G and 5G on your phone. But we're still rooted in a physical reality, but I sense that physical reality is more diffuse. I don't know if anyone can remember that far back now, but we all feared Y2K at the turn of the century. There's been predictions of the world's end at the end of each millennia. It's pretty common for people facing change to think that they're dying. The physical body only perceives things in terms of life and death, since survival is of the utmost importance to it. When we view change as our higher or expanded self, then it is timeless and immortal. And it's really quite exciting. Now, I used to say that those who identified with the ego will feel like they're dying because that's what will fade away. However, I'm not certain that's going to be the case. But first, let me explain how this mass consciousness shift is coming about. Scientists were studying a breed of monkeys that inhabited multiple islands in the South Pacific. On one of the islands, a monkey started washing its fruit. Monkeys learn by imitation, so the other monkeys that saw this started to wash their fruit as well. When about 100 monkeys began washing their fruit on this island, suddenly all the monkeys that were this breed of monkey on all the islands began washing their fruit. This spontaneous transmission of information is called the 100th Monkey Syndrome. And this is what I believe will happen to mankind. As more and more people become spiritually aware, we will reach our human equivalent of the 100th monkey, and everyone will experience a consciousness shift. It's bound to be disoriented at first, but it will soon become a joyous experience. Perhaps many people will experience the transition the way that Eckhart Tolle or Byron Katie have. Both Eckhart and Katie went through years of painful depression, and each experienced their ego dissolving. Eckhart says his ego is still gone, which I believe him to mean is that the painful negative part of his personality is permanently erased, and that presence is his primary identity now. Both of them live in the present moment, which is how it will feel when there is no time, no past or future. Both of them feel eternally joyful, which is how we all will feel when we're no longer saddled with the baggage of the past or worries of the future. So it's not everyone's not going to make it. People are going to continue to be born and live and die, but the collective unconscious is going to dissolve. I'm going to interrupt myself there too as I'm listening to this. Or as I'm reading this along with you, because what I have experienced over time is a continual evolution. And I have had moments of extreme expansion, and then I've gone back into moments of extreme constriction. I also think that we are all becoming more and more empathic, and therefore we feel the collective more. And I certainly think that's what's happened to me in the past few years. I've become very sensitive, but then also very involved with people experiencing extreme density in their lives. It doesn't mean that I am less spiritually focused than I was before. It means that I'm tuning into people who haven't felt this spiritual before, and it's extremely uncomfortable to them. Because if you've spent your life focused on the pursuit of the non-spiritual, people who perceive power as being the most important thing, or power outside to be the most important thing, people who revere dominance over others, all of that is in the process of dissolving. And it is extraordinarily uncomfortable to people who base their entire reality on that. Back when Oprah decided to offer the online class A New Earth with Eckhart, it drew hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world. And to me, that was evidence that we were nearing our 100th monkey. And I was surprised by the elemental questions people were asking, since I've lived and breathed spiritual growth and awareness for 45 plus years. And I forget that there's so many people out there that are still emerging. And as that course progressed, the quality of questions deepened along with the course material. Each person has a ripple effect in this world. So each individual participating in that Oprah Eckhart course was sending out waves of enlightenment, contributing to the raising awareness of collective consciousness. And all of us are doing that now on an individual and collective basis as we step forward and we raise our own awareness, which is really, to me, it's the reverse. We're bringing in our raised awareness into our physical form. It creates a ripple effect out into the world that does help the collective humanity evolve. So the best part about this is that none of us have to do anything. It's going to instantaneously happen for everyone. I'm questioning myself as I read this. The wave is already happening and we all just have to relax and go with a flow. So it's true that relaxing and going with the flow, I don't think we'll all wake up the next morning and realize we were in the Truman Show and now we're outside of it. We're going to experience it in an evolutionary way because that's part of what this reality is. It's an adventure in density and effort. So just be in the now, enjoy the present moment and all the following present moments. And any moment now, you'll be experiencing presence. So I invite you to try this. And if you find anything interesting, amusing, or profound, please leave it in the comments. I love reading your comments. And if you like these videos, please like them and share them and subscribe to them. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments below, there is a free sample of one of my techniques. If you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. I do individual sessions, so if you want to know about the essence of who you are and why you're here, what your essential purpose is, and if you have any questions, I can answer those in personal sessions. If you want to learn to do this for yourself, I have a coaching special going on right now where you can play with these techniques and completely transform your life. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another morning musing.